This is a love story about a man who loved to paint, who loved antiques, and who loved his wife. I hope you enjoy it. This is my friend Lynn, and we are going to tour her beautiful home today. She moved into this home, how long ago?
September 1st of last year.
And this is her personal terrace level condo, we'll call it, or apartment, and she had it totally renovated. So she's going to show us the renovation and some beautiful artwork and some real treasures that she has. Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
So first of all, I'm going to take a little tour, a little shot of this room. That's the backyard. There's actually a lake back there, a fishing lake actually, which the neighbors, I guess the home association stocks with fish. And here is the kitchen. So let's talk about the renovation.
This area, when I bought the house, had a light fixture that I didn't particularly like, and a big pool table, and an eating area. I didn't want the pool table, so they took that, and I added 2 pieces of antiques that I had gotten. This antique secretary has been in the family for a little over 100 years.
Wow.
And is a beautiful piece.
It is beautiful, and I love the rooster on top. I love a little bit of humor.
My husband loved chickens and roosters,
Aww.
and I cannot tell you where that came from.
I love it. He's just perfect there.
But the first one he got was in the kitchen, which is now upstairs, and his statement was, every kitchen needs a chicken. So.
Well, why not? I agree. Was this chandelier here?
That was here, yes.
Okay, it fits in. Lynn has a precious grandbaby too who lives upstairs, so he often comes down to eat. And did you have a story about this? I can't remember.
Yes, my mother-in-law lived with us for 27 years, and her last several years she needed a live-in, and I found Miss Otelia Sanchez, who did this artwork and gave it to my mother-in-law.
Oh.
She did every stitch.
Unbelievable.
Every piece of it. Otelia did.
Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable. And her name is Otelia. That's the best. That is just precious. I can't imagine how long that took her. And you and I both do needlework, so we know what went into this.
We know what's involved, and I cannot imagine how long that took her.
Fantastic.
The bell pull was done by my husband's grandmother,
Wow.
and it was in her house on Havisham Road, and I'm not sure it was anywhere before then. And I'm sure that took her a while to do.
She probably stitched it there, right
she
there
did.
on Habersham Road.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
What was the address? Do you remember on Habersham Road?
I'd have to look it up. I
Okay.
did find a picture of the Havisham Road house.
I'd love to see who lives there
Yeah,
now.
I'd love to see who lives in it now.
And we'll just take a little glimpse back here while we're here. Oh, there's another rooster. Love it.
Oh, yes.
Now, do you name your roosters, or are you going to let
No,
Jacob do that?
I haven't named it, so whatever Jacob wants to call
Okay.
it is fine. This piece came out of Edward's grandmother's house in Huntsville, Alabama. And we figure, in fact, we had it appraised at one point, and they put a date on it. It's probably close to 200 years old.
Oh my goodness. And 200 years old, I wonder if it's American, did they say, or was it from Europe?
I'd have to look it up. I
That-
don't remember. I've
'cause-
still got the appraisal.
Because American antiques, I believe, are more valuable in America than English antiques.
Well, it probably is American. I'll have to look it up, though.
200 years ago, wow. I want to talk more about her in a little bit, too.
When we bought the house, this was a wet bar, and it was only the back wall was a wet bar with a sink
I'd forgotten that.
and a little dishwasher on one side and a small under the cabinet refrigerator. And since I wanted a full kitchen, they took all that out, extended the walls and put in the sliding doors.
I love the pocket doors. So clever
Oh,
to
too.
make them French doors that have glass in them. I think that's just such a great idea. What's the countertop? Is this quartz?
Quartz.
And so you've got a little fridge here. Is this a beverage fridge?
Mm-hmm.
Great. And just look over here. I mean, this is a huge kitchen. This is just wonderful.
I love the kitchen. They did just a great job in the kitchen.
And you have double ovens. Love that. Oh, that's right. I forgot. And these were one of my very favorite things that I saw in her house on Polo Lane when she and her husband were selling that. Those are just absolutely delightful. And this, I can't remember, did they use this as a wine cellar before in the other
Yeah,
house?
the door, I saved the door.
So, okay. And she just turned this into a pantry. It was a wine cellar, but kept the wine cellar wallpaper or faux painting or whatever it is. And Lynn is a woman after my own heart because she's so organized, and I love that. Where'd you find the chairs? They just go
Amazon.
awesome.
You know,
These are perfect.
When Norris was designing this, he said, you will want somewhere that your grandson can do homework in the afternoon while you give him a snack.
Oh, I love it. That's exactly right.
That's just exactly what I want. So that's why he did the overhang
Yes.
on the island.
And it's just
so that
enough. Now,
Jacob can do homework down here with me.
I love it. And tell me who your architect was again. Tell us.
Norris Broyles.
He's fabulous.
He is.
I'm going to have
I've
to.
used him on 3 of my houses.
Oh, I'm going to have to interview him. Okay, this chest is beautiful.
That also came from my mother-in-law's and grandmother's apartment.
And it's got this.
I'm sure it has a story behind it, but I just don't know what that
Oh, I
might be.
love it.
I got this screen in Singapore on one of my trips.
Wow. How did you get it back over here?
I shipped it back.
Okay. You didn't carry it in your backpack? No, you were working then.
I was working, so.
She had the most fabulous career. Oh my gosh, amazing. Everything in here is a treasure, everything. Okay, so this is what do you call this? Do you have a name? Like the entryway, the foyer?
I just call it the entryway.
Yeah, the great room. Okay, let's go into the living room first. I'm calling it the living room. What do you call it?
I call it the living room.
Okay.
It's one of the few rooms that we didn't have to do anything to change the walls. Those 2 doors we added because Norris wanted to be sure there was a way to get in and out of the living room without having to do that much walking.
Yes, and he added these doors too, right?
Yes, that behind you is an interesting piece. My husband's grandmother loved antiques and going for antique shopping, and she acquired this piece
Wow.
on a trip to do antique shopping in New Orleans.
Oh my gosh.
And she used it. She had creme de menthe in one and creme de cocoa in one.
Creme de
and
creme.
something else. And she used it, which I loved about her.
Yes.
She had wonderful treasures, but she used them.
Yes, I
which
love
think
that.
was just great. Because she had port in one of them. And
Okay.
You
And probably
sip that.
sherry.
And her favorite, was always Grand Marnier.
Oh, yum, yes.
And so I'm sure one of them held Grand Marnier.
Love it. Spectacular. And another pretty chest.
Also from his grandmother's house.
And he was an only child, right?
No, he had a brother.
Who didn't like all this? Or
10
was
years older.
Okay. Did his brother not like antiques, or was there just so much that he got a bunch too?
No, his grandmother favored Edward.
Oh, what a good thing. Tell me about these.
Those vases or urns, I'm not sure what they're called,
I'll call them urns.
were in her house on Havisham. And they're quite valuable. I was
Yeah.
rather surprised when we had them appraised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
At one point, one of her friends said she ought to make lamps out of them, and she did not agree with that, which I'm glad
Yeah.
of.
A lot of people have done that. Look at this little guy on the side. Wow, I would love to know where they came from. Okay, this painting over here, is this one of Edward's?
No, that's one that we found at an art show when we were on a cruise.
Where were you cruising to?
It was a Caribbean cruise.
Okay. Anything we need to know about this?
I believe it's a Degas
Delacroix.
Delacroix. I couldn't remember.
Beautiful. Look at the way it's framed. That's so interesting.
Yes, Edward acquired the print and then got it framed and gave that to me on either the first or second anniversary.
It's beautiful. Who decided to do the framing like this, the molding, or what do you call this? Matting.
I don't know where he took it.
Fantastic. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, even the edges are kind of painted in.
And this is a dolly etching that he gave to me on one of our wedding anniversaries.
That's better. Okay. All right. Let's move into, well, let's go into the master bedroom first. And then we'll come back to this. So here, love this, family portraits. This is the Madame?
Yes, the lady in pink is his grandmother. That is my mother-in-law,
Oh,
Sarah.
she's beautiful.
She was a pretty lady.
I love this picture. Look
That's
at that.
me.
That's so adorable. Look at that face. Look at that little, is that a handbag you have on? Yes,
That was
your
it.
little purse.
Easter Sunday.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. And this Edward?
That's Edward. They had a house in Mobile, Alabama, so that was one summer.
With one shoe on. Love that. Okay, so this, when she bought the house, or when she was looking at the house, this room was filled with Coca-Cola memorabilia. Filled.
Yes.
It was interesting. But I think I like it better as it is now.
Well, I would have loved to have had some of his
Well, that's
stuff
true.
before I went.
It was quite a collection.
He wasn't willing to part with any of it.
Yes. Who did this portrait right here of Edward Jr., young Edward?
There's a portrait artist in Palm Beach. We had a house in Palm Beach for years, and there was a portrait artist there named Mira, and he did that.
Tell me about these sculptures. I love
You know, I really
metal
don't know anything
sculptures.
about the sculptures.
They're great looking. Okay, so tell me about this.
One of the things my husband did as he was learning to paint was to copy old masters and famous painters. And I don't remember who the artist is on that.
Okay, and let's go over here. Another beautiful screen. Did you
Yes.
bring that one back too?
No, his grandmother got that on a trip to Japan and had it sent back.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay. And this is a Seurat.
Yes, Edward painted that as part of his study in Impressionism. And it's only part of a very large
Yes.
painting.
Yes,
That's, I guess it's in the Louvre, though.
We'll have to look
The
that up.
real painting.
That is just fantastic. And then this one over here.
This is another copy. I don't know the name of it. This is a copy of a painting that disappeared during World War II.
Oh my gosh. Wow,
And
that's
it's
so
never
interesting.
been found.
Oh, I
The
hate
original
that.
has never been found.
Oh, that just is just,
Yeah.
it's just sickening, all of that. Wonderful painting. He was so talented. So tell me, your architect and builder, your architect blew all this out right? Tell me.
It was a relatively small bathroom that had a tub where the um, cabinet is. And I didn't really want a tub, so he took out the tub and then took some of the closet next to it out so that he could put in a very large shower.
You know, it just occurred to me that one of the reasons it feels so big down here is the ceilings are so high.
Yes, and that really helps.
It helps
That
a
really
lot. It helps with light. It helps with everything.
These are Noger originals. He's an artist that paints on
Glass?
pieces of glass and then puts it together.
How do you spell that? N-O-G...
Nogar.
Nogar. Fantastic. Where'd you get these?
Edward gave them to me.
Okay. So
I'm not sure where
yeah.
he got them.
I love that he likes all types of art. Okay, let's go in here. I have one of these, and I actually have it by my dressing table.
That's my baby boy.
I did that when I was at camp. I was probably 5 or 6 or something. I can't remember.
That was March of '99. He would have been 6 in
Yeah,
March of '99.
That's probably about the same size as my hand would have been then. It's funny. And we did it in a disposable pie tin. What's interesting about this side of the house is this was all one giant storage room with concrete floors. So they made it into, over there is still a giant storage room.
Edward did this when he was studying, I should remember the guys, Leroy Neiman.
Oh yes, Neiman. He always does the golf ones.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he did football too.
Oh, he did all
Is this
kinds of
Alabama?
sports. Could be.
Because of the crimson?
Could be.
I love that. He did so many different artists.
Yeah.
And here's when you went to the Olympics, 1996 Olympics. I was there actually too. So this is your office.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. And tell me about these.
Edward did those.
Wow.
I don't remember who he was studying, but he had a time period when he was painting nudes because you learn a lot when you're painting a person or
Yes.
a person's body. So
What was his favorite medium? Did he do oils, pastels?
he did mostly acrylics
and oils. Okay.
I don't know anything about those.
They're
They
pretty.
were in his grandmother's house on Habersham Road.
So for those of you who aren't from Atlanta, Habersham Road is in the center of Buckhead and a very, what I'll say is prestigious street. All right.
And none of these walls or closet existed. It was all just one big room, mostly just studs. So
I remember it.
we wanted it to be, for now, an office, but it could be a small bedroom.
Yeah, what vision. Now, we can't leave this room without pointing this out, which there's more than one talented person in this family, and Lynn did this. She's, as I've pointed out before, an incredible needleworker. This is needlepoint, and that's of Starry, Starry Night, one of her favorite, and her husband's favorite, and my favorite. And that is just beautiful needlepoint.
It was
Love
fun.
the colors,
That
yeah.
was fun to do.
Oh, wonderful. Now we're going to go into the powder room. This is actually, not just a powder room.
This was a very small half bath. And since we did the room that's office and could be a bedroom, we wanted a full bath in here.
Very smart. And didn't we say that, when you become 105 and need some help, someone could live here?
Someone can be there when I'm 105.
That's right. Oh, look at these. Okay, let's talk about these.
Edward loved to study painters.
This one's Picasso? No, who is this?
Not
I don't know either. I'll have to look this up. pretty.
This is one he did in college.
Wow.
Um,
Look at the texture in that.
mhm. And he never did another one that had that kind of texture, so it was probably some assignment
Yes.
that he had to do in his art class.
It's so thick. Wow. Okay. Let's start down here.
This is the last one my husband did.
No.
I had wanted almond trees in our backyard, which actually flower out in those beautiful flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted me to have an almond tree that I could have forever.
So
he painted
sweet.
that. That's the last painting he did.
It's beautiful. The colors are amazing, that green that he chose. Mm. Wow, look at this. I
When
wonder,
he did this one, probably in the early 80s.
is this a copy? Or just something he did? Like a
That's
copy of
just-
a...
It's not a copy.
Oh,
just
it's
something he did. That
beautiful.
was his imagination.
That is beautiful.
These are his 2 award winners.
Oh, tell me.
Our last year in college, in undergraduate, his art instructor put together a art show that was judged by somebody from the University of Georgia, I don't know who. And Edward said he wasn't finished with this one when his professor came over and said, "Stop, don't do anything else, that's perfect."
Oh my gosh.
And Edward never felt like it was finished.
But
But he stopped when his professor said stop. And both of these won awards at that art show.
and this is watercolor? No, art. This is acrylic.
I'm pretty sure that's a
Yeah.
quilt.
Hard to tell until you get up close. So we've come in a circle, and now we're back into the great room, foyer, and kitchen. There's a special treasure inside this cabinet that Lynn showed me when I was here once before. Oh, you have to tell the story about his mother going to give away these books.
When my husband's grandmother passed away, she had to move out of their residence on Peachtree Road. And they had a rather large library in that residence. And as we were packing everything up, my mother-in-law and I went into the library, and she basically just said, "I don't have any need for these books, so just give them all away." And I couldn't accept that. And in fact, I had them all appraised, and there's quite a few that are rather expensive.
Yes, well, here's the whole collection of the works of Charles Dickens. Show us the treasures, the real treasures.
There's 2 real treasures. On Habersham Road, next door to his grandmother, was the family of Joel Chandler Harris, who is a favorite writer of basically children's stories.
Yes, his home is in Eatonton, Georgia. There's a little homestead there.
Oh, cool. And he got this book from Joel Chandler Harris's son.
1956. Can you read it?
To Edward Brentnall, since my dad wrote all these animal stories, I want to put my name in the book. I love young people and all other animals. Sincerely, Joel Chandler Harris, Jr. And I think that's probably a quote from one of the stories.
What a treasure. Amazing.
And then
And that's the Complete Uncle Remus, which was his most famous book.
this one did not have the cover on it when I found it in his grandmother's library. It was just a rather plain-looking brown book, which my mother-in-law said, "Oh, nobody wants that." And I opened it up, and it's an autographed copy of Gone with the Wind.
Gosh, is it a first edition?
It is second edition.
But it's autographed. Wow, that's just amazing.
And to think that she said, box them all up and give them away.
I know. Oh my goodness.
No way, Sally.
I'll take them off your hands, Sally.
Yeah, I'll take them off your hands.
This whole bookcase. I mean, the books in it and the beautiful piece of furniture that it's in. I mean, look at the glass. I don't know if you can see it, but this is just old glass, the way they used to make it. Amazing it's still intact. Oh, that's so beautiful.
It is a real pretty piece.
Okay, so you're going to have to get back to me and let me know if the appraisal says whether it's English or
I'll look it up,
or American.
'cause I've got a file of all the appraisals.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more. And until next time, be sweet.